Welcome, race fans, to Redline TV, as we're bringing you flag-to-flag coverage of today's action here from Dover International Speedway for the Thursday Xfinity Series. Welcome into the booth here with me. I got my good buddy Stephen Parks. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you, thank you.
Think this should be a good
today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Excited to see some great racing out here tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, this is kind of a bit different for the broadcasting world here in iRacing. Most of the races are ran in the weekdays on the evening time scale here, but since these guys are mostly from Europe and most of these guys are from the UK, it's already nighttime over there, so that's kind of the reason why we're here in the afternoon. So this is a new broadcast for Redline TV here today, coming up live here, so enjoy the show, guys, and we'll get down. There's only a few minutes left in practice here, about 2 minutes to be exact, and then they'll go on to qualifying. And once we get ready to go to qualifying here, we'll watch that for a little bit, and then we'll get ready for the grid.
So have you had a chance to kind of watch some of the practice out here and see who's somebody to watch?
Yeah, I think right now probably the two main cars, or three possibly, be watching in this race today will be Jake Potak, Corey Silva, and Chad Coleman. Those three are looking the fastest of the top three right now, and there's kind of a gap in between third and fourth place in time-wise. So, I think the top three there, Jake Potak, Corey Silva, and Chad Coleman, will be three to watch for today here at Dover in these Xfinity cars.
So as we come to the end of practice, Jeff, would you like to do the national anthem tonight?
Sure, if you got one handy.
All right, let's go to that.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, Please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, race fans, here at Dover International Speedway, and we're here. Qualifying is underway for the Thursday Xfinity Series. A couple of guys that were fast in practice, which was, let me find him here. He lost on me. Okay, Jake Potak was the quickest in practice. He kind of moved on me when I was looking for him there. But so I think he'll be one to watch here in qualifying to see if he can grab that pole position spot. And there's a lot of fast cars out here today. Looks like that could be for some fast track conditions too. It is looks like an overcast day out here, and usually overcast skies around a racetrack is good for a racetrack. It's grippy weather, so I think we'll see these cars going pretty fast today. It looks like the overall forecast for temperature wise for the race is 75-degree ambient temperature, and the track degrees is the same too. I think though, Stephen, winds might play a factor in this race. Winds are coming out of the east at 13 miles per hour, so we might have to watch that a little bit too to see if these guys are getting some headwind on these cars.
Yeah, that wind sounds like the biggest factor right now, because I tell you what, with a track temperature of 75 degrees, it is going to make those cars stick to the track like none other tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we are starting to get some qualifying times. And Corey Sylvia holding on to that pole position at the moment.
Yeah, this is a good job for Corey up here, man. He's since I've been broadcasting with these guys a couple of times last season. Did a couple of broadcasts for them, and wasn't on this channel, of course, different channel. But Corey was a very fast driver when they ran the trucks, because their first season was trucks, and man, I tell you, he was fast. And there's a guy, man, I forgot his name now. Nathan, I think it was Nathan. His name was Nathan, I believe. He was a fast driver too. I'm not seeing Nathan in here tonight. For some reason, excuse me, folks, I've just completely forgotten his last name. I don't know why, but it was always a race between him and Corey. So I know Corey's going to be a contender here tonight, and Chad Coleman would always race with them too. So I think Corey Silva and Chad Coleman, they are going to be top contenders here in this race tonight, and to be looking for. And Mike Thompson there in the 76 car, he always likes to kind of take things kind of slow, likes to start in the back and kind of just, I guess, have some ninja style skills and just kind of creep his way up to the front and come up there and start racing. So we'll look for that out of Mike today as well. So a lot of great drivers here. There's Logan Kress. It's Logan. I don't know why I was wanting to say Nathan. But yeah, that's what I was trying to think of was Logan Crest. That is another fast driver here in the series, and I think once he's coming to qualifying here, we'll see some good times posted by him as well. So, but from watching qualifying here so far, Steven, who do you think might be a factor in this race today besides Corey?
Jake Potek is back up in second right now in this qualifying. He did run the fastest time. I definitely think he is one of the drivers to watch tonight.
I believe you're right, and I think we'll see that as this race progresses through. So 140 laps here around Dover tonight, and for these guys, so I think it'll be a very challenging race as we see more drivers piling into the track here once qualifying started. Counting about around I think 17 cars, so that's a decent amount of decent amount of cars for this field at a track like Dover. I was tongue-tied there. Ugh.
Now, I only have a handful of experiences on this track, and most of them have ended up with my car ended up wrecking out, had wrecks in front of me, and this track, there is nowhere to go if there's a wreck in front of you.
No, there isn't, and this track is kind of what's what I'm looking for, I guess, unregrettable about that. You can come into this track and your car feels great, and then if a wreck happens or something like that, there is just hardly anywhere to just go to try to miss those cars because the racing groove here and the track surface is so tight. I think that's what makes this track. I think it's what makes this track unique in a matter of speaking. So I think we'll see a lot of great racing here today. I think the key to actually passing cars will be coming off and going into the corners. I don't actually think we'll see too many passes in the middle of the corners or on the middle of the straightaways. I think those are just some kind of no-no spots at a track like this to try to pass. So I think most of the passing today will be done either entering or exiting the corners.
Now, do they have a quick repair tonight?
Let's take a look. Yes, they do. They have one.
All right, so that'll play a factor too because guys will be willing to kind of push that car for a while at the beginning of this race.
Exactly, yeah. I've broadcasted some leagues where there are no quick repairs. I shouldn't say broadcast, but help broadcast leagues. This is actually my first, but anyway, where there are no quick repairs, and I tell you, if there are no quick repairs whatsoever on one of these races, these guys will be sitting in the pits for a substantial amount of time, and that's not at all what they want to see. Just to get that car repaired if they have engine damage or say something else. They just got like some suspension damage or some body damage or something like that. They may be sitting there for no longer than just 10 minutes to getting that repaired. Usually if they're sitting there for 30 or 40 minutes, that's an engine issue. So yeah, the quick fix will help these guys out tonight in this 140 lap race with the conditions at Dover, and if they can say, I think the key tonight is who can save their quick fix to be useful at the end. That'll be the thing to watch out for here, because I know from my perspective in racing cars, there's been times where I've used the quick fix and I've needed it again when I actually didn't need it the first time. So we'll kind of see how that kind of plays a factor tonight too.
And look at that, Jake Potek up front on the pole now.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a closer here tonight. I think he's going to be one to watch out for. He's fastest in practice, and he's fastest now in qualifying so far. They've got about 2 minutes left here in qualifying, so there's still possibly enough time for Chad Coleman or Logan Kress or Corey Silva to get up there and try to take that pole position away from him. Now, I do apologize, folks, today if we do botch some of these names up, which I'm pretty sure it's bound to happen. I'll try my very best to say those names correctly. Now, I do know that the 85 car, his name is spelled W-A-N-G, but it's actually pronounced with a V and an O instead of a W-A, so it's actually Stefan Vaughn. I do know that, but there's a few other names that I'm seeing that's new to this league, and I'm going to try my best to say these as best as I can, but hopefully we won't dig a hole. Saying these names is too bad. So.
All right, we are in the final minute of qualifying And Jake Potek still holding on to that pole position. Corey Sylvia is in second at the moment. Chad Coleman in third. Now, have you had a chance to race on this track since they've had the rubber kind of collect on the track?
I believe one time I did, and it was a very short race, so there wasn't enough time for rubber to build up. I think it was only like maybe a 60, 70 lap race or something like that. So, I mean, once we got to like lap 50, the rubber was just starting to get built up. And when we got to, I think, the end of the race there, I think it was like a 70 lap race. I know it was less than 100, and I know it was more than 50. I know it was in between that somewhere. I just couldn't remember exactly where. But, yeah, I think it's the only time I've been on this track, since they've added that in here. So I think it'll be pretty interesting tonight with 140 laps to see how these guys can attain to this with the rubber buildup.
And my question tonight is, with that update, did they happen to change any of it? Because I don't know if you noticed the past couple of weeks, but there were points when it seemed like the car was driving on gravel.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, there was a few times and a few tracks with a few trucks and Xfinity cars where it did kind of seem like that. With the rubber, the way the rubber was laid on the track, it kind of felt like the rubber was actually like little pieces of gravel. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but maybe hopefully this update did change that and make for some great racing. All right, let's get down to the grid. Starting on the pole position with a qualifying time of 22.393, Jake Potek will be your pole sitter. Starting outside of him in row 1 will be Corey Silva. He got the second qualifying time. Chad Coleman will start third. Ryan, Hatherill will start fourth. John Smith in fifth. Mike Thompson in sixth. Wayne Galloway will start seventh. Here's another one. I guess that's
Dode Hodgson.
I'm saying Dode. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not, but that's what I'm going to put. Dode Hoskins in 8th. Stefan Vong in 9th. And I guess that's Jenny Rudinen in 10th. Steven?
In 11th, you have Simon Thornus. In 12th, Mark Day. In 13th, starting tonight, is Leland Bordridge. 14th is Frank Hartley Jr., In 15th tonight, you have Glenn Bowen. Rolf Just will start in 16th. And on the back of the field tonight, Logan Kress will start 17th, and Evan Black will round out the field.
So an 18-car field tonight here for the Thursday Xfinity. Well, take that back. I see 17 cars. There is one guy that will not be starting this race. It looks like he has taken his car back behind the wall before the race even got started, and that's Rolf Just. So it looks like he won't start this race. So 17-car field tonight for 140 laps around here at Dover. Should be a very interesting race.
And these guys have to remember, patience is key at a track like this.
Yes, exactly. This concrete surface, and as tight as this track is, there's enough racing room here to have battles and good passing, but it's kind of like, the speeds you attain here. You're kind of diving into these corners at, unrenowned speeds, and it's kind of hard to kind of pass, and the tire wear just eats up here. Anyway, pace car has pulled into pit road, and we're waiting for the green flag here. And there it is. This race is green. And man, what a good restart. Excuse me, why did I say restart? A good start for the pole sitter, Jake Potek, in the 39 car. And a start like that, I think he'll have good restarts too, as long as he's up front in case of a caution flag. But he's got strong company behind him of the 27 car of Corey Silva. As we talked about earlier in the show here when we went live, these are the two I think to watch for tonight. But don't count out Chad Coleman back there in the 20 car. I think he's going to get up to the front too. Kind of already not really seeing much passing here of one lap, and everybody's already kind of got single file.
And we got a battle going on for that third position. Corey Sylvia in danger.
Crash.
And it looks like it was Stefan Vong.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got
This
some
isn't
major
good.
damage. We'll go ahead and take a look at that.
Ooh. Ouch. Not good to see a crash like that early in this part of the race.
The 21 and 30 also involved. That is Janie Rudinen. And see, we said the 30. That is Logan Kress involved in that as well.
Yeah, man, that's a fast contender in the 30 car, and man, that's a tough break that he got caught up early in this wreck. But hopefully, he doesn't have too much damage on the car, and he can save that quick repair for another stint, and maybe this damage won't be too drag reduction to the car, and he can be able to keep up with these guys.
So Logan Kress bringing it down pit road. That leaves the lead for Corey Sylvia.
Yeah, Corey Silva will take the lead here. So yeah, this is never new to Corey. He's always up front, and I think he's going to be a contender here. Jake Potak is on pit road here as well, so he gave up the lead to come down to pit road here. Let's see if it is a four-tire pit stop before the 39 machine, and it looks like he is setting there a little bit. I don't know if he got any damage or what really happened there. Oh yeah, he does have some damage on the rear of that Chevrolet, but he is away now and coming back out onto the racetrack.
And they are on the 1 to go. We're on the 1 to go right now, and we did have a little bit of a overlay issue, but hopefully that is the last of that. Doubling them up, Corey Silva will be on that front row with Ryan Hathrow.
Yes, he will. I think this will be a very, very good restart here with these two up front. We've seen that Ryan was fourth quickest in practice, so I think he's going to be a contender here as well, along with Corey. So I had the honors to start the race. How about you get them going here on the restart?
All right, so the pace car will come around 3 and 4. Everybody lining up, ready to go. 71 is starting to stack it up. Now, pace car has dipped off. Corey Sylvia bringing him around to the line. On that loud pedal quick, getting out front of the 9. Green flag is back, and we're back to racing here at Dover.
Yeah, that was a great restart by Corey Silva there. I think he hit his marks right, and he's going to stay out front here for a little bit until the 9 car can reel him back in. But I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem because that 9 car is fast as well.
We did have a wreck. I don't see a caution, though. I believe that was Mike Thompson. He is actually down low on the track. He is low enough, though. It is keeping the green flag out.
Yes, sir. It looks like he did indeed get that car back going, but it looked like just a little scruffle there. It wasn't too much, but he did hit the inside retaining wall there. So, he's back out on track and he's going. So that was a good save of that car to not bring out a caution flag.
Corey Silva now with 5 laps led. His biggest competition is back in the field, but the 9 of Ryan Hatherill is making a move on him.
Yes, he is. I think we're going to see these two battling before this race is finished. Yeah, Ryan is just getting runs off of the corners. I'm seeing him kind of sounds like he looks like he's kind of struggling a little bit on the entrances. But coming off, he's getting a great run on the number 27 car, Corey Silva.
And you go back to the 71 of John Smith battling back there as Jake Potek is trying to make a move through the field right now.
Oh, the number 9 car of Ryan Hatherill. He's losing it off of turn 4, but he saved it. Wow. Nice save by the number 9 car there of Ryan. He did lose a position there to Chad Coleman, and he'll fall back into third.
So they are now getting some green flag laps in after we got one on the wall back there.
Uh-oh.
And it looked like it might have been the 8 of Evan Black.
I believe you're right. Yes, it was. And it looks like also the 92 car of Wayne Galloway scraped the wall there a little bit too. So I'm thinking this track's already getting tough for these guys out here, Steven. We're seeing a lot of cars getting loose off the corners, and some of them are getting tight too.
These guys are really starting to battle for that position on the track, trying to find which race line works best for them. And we're seeing that number 8 of Evan Black going up and down the line, trying to find the best spot for him to run out here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Evan is really struggling to find his preferred line to use to kind of get a safe margin and a comfortable racing area. So hopefully he can figure that out and have a good race for him here today. But as I said, I'm seeing a lot of drivers, just like the number 9 car there, Brian Hatherill. Looks like he's also having that issue too, where he just cannot find the correct line to race in. So, we kind of see the overcast skies here, thinking, man, this is going to be a grippy track. But it's actually, to me, kind of looking like the grip hasn't really come into play yet.
I'm almost wondering if all those rubber chunks out there are almost making this like a dirt track for these guys.
That could be a factor, yeah. If there's a lot of rubber buildup from practice and qualifying, there could be some extra chunks there coming down from the dirty part of the track, since this track does have some high banking, and they could be running the groove, and then the next lap they could kind of get tight and run out of the groove, and be running over those rubber chunks like you said, and they could be getting those on their tires, and that could just cause havoc.
So 18 laps in the books right now, and we have our first car going at 1 lap down. That would be the 76 of Mike Thompson. Thompson?
I think it's Thompson. I'm not too sure, but I believe that's how you say it.
And it looks like we got a pretty good pack of cars back here by John Smith. A bunch of guys 1 second back from each other.
Yeah, I'm kind of telling after that, right before the first caution there, first caution happened on lap number 2. These guys already, right before that caution happened, had started breaking away from everybody, and they were starting to get single file. There was one big battle up front for the lead. Now it kind of looks like, these cars are starting to just kind of, single file out and kind of pull away from each other, because we see here that second place car of Chad Coleman is almost a second behind Corey Silva. So, I think in this part of the race, we have our second caution.
And it was Glenn Bowman.
Oh, not Glenn. Uh-oh.
It looks like it was a self-spin. It doesn't look like he's got too much damage on that car. But let's go ahead and take a look back to see what happened to Glenn. Oh, we got to go back one more here. Oh, he lost it going into one, and the 21 just kind of finished it up because he had nowhere to go to avoid him.
Yeah, that's a tough break there with that. Glenn, he was in a case to where he was already, losing the car, and the car just started sliding back down the racetrack, and there happened to be another fellow racer there, and tough break for both of those guys. Don't look like sustained too much damage, though, so I think they'll be okay to continue.
So now, does Corey Silva bring it down pit road?
That's
He
a
is.
good question. Yes, he is.
Watching the pit road battle, seeing who comes off first. 39 is sitting. Did he get tires again? I'm wondering, is this a fixed series or an open series?
You know what? That's actually a good question. I need to ask those guys that, because I'm not too sure if it's open or fixed. I'm looking at the information here, and I don't think the iRacing info actually tells you if it's fixed or not. Not really seen that anywhere. It just tells me what the car is that the current guy I'm on is driving. Yeah, I'm actually not too sure if this is fixed or not. You know what? Let's find him here. Let's drag Corey Silva up here and let's have a chat with him. Corey Silva, you got a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Hey man, tell us about how your car's run out there so far today. You ain't got too many laps in yet. Second caution, 23 laps, but we see overcast skies and we're kind of wondering, we kind of thought this track would seem kind of grippy, but we're seeing a lot of people slipping and sliding around out here. How's it feel to you?
At least for my driving style, I'm really tight, so I'm trying to back up the entry and not kill the right front, and seems to be working. I get some laps led, so it's starting off pretty well.
Exactly, yeah. There is one question me and Steven do have for you. Should have asked you back before we started the, the broadcast, but is your guys' racing series fixed or is it open?
Fixed setup.
Fixed setup. Okay, cool. All right, that's cool to know that now that we know that you're a fixed setup. So yeah, but good luck on your race efforts here for the rest of the day, and hopefully you can get up there and get you a win tonight or a top 3 finish, and we'll be looking for you to the end of the race.
All right, 10-4, man. Thank you.
But there we go. We now know that this is a fixed set series.
So Corey Silva back up front. We thought he was going to not get the front spot after that pit stop, but the guys that were in front of him did come down pit road.
Yes, indeed, they did.
And we are back to all 17 cars on the lead lap.
That's good. Yeah, this is great to see all 17 cars back on the lead lap. We do see a few cars out here with a small amount of damage on them, but I think it's nothing that can, slow their efforts down to come back up to the front.
So they will once again double them up. Third restart of the night, 25 laps. Right now on lap 25, 24 in the book. And Corey Silva has led 22 of those 24 laps out here tonight. Only other person to lead laps was the 39 of Jake Potek.
All right, pace car dives back into pit road. We're back underway here at Dover International Speedway. There's the green flag, and Corey Silva with another good restart, man. I tell you, Steven, he's just great at hitting his marks and getting back on that throttle right. Good jump.
Yeah, definitely having that lead on the restart is going to give these guys the advantage of choosing when to go. And it looks like he's picking the right spot, or the guys behind him just aren't watching him when he goes.
Yeah, they're kind of It seemed like kind of back there the number 9 car might have spun the tires just a tad bit, not too much, but that can still cost a little bit there on a restart. But I tell you, Chad Coleman in that number 20 car back last season in the trucks, he was a contender. He was always up front. He kind of liked to start kind of mid-pack and work his way up. I think he's getting to that spot right now to where he's in a comfortable spot to be, and he's going to come up here and start racing with Corey for the lead. But don't take our eyes off of Jake Potak. Jake Potak did start on the pole position tonight. He's had a little bit of trouble trying to get back up to the front. He's had some pit road issues. He's had some damage on that car. It looks like he's got it all fixed up now, and he's on his way back to the front. He's right now currently running in 4th.
Yeah, he is catching those guys pretty quickly, actually. Oh,
Yes,
and
he
he's
is.
gone. Oh,
Oh.
he's back.
A little blinking out there today. I don't know, but the iRacing did have a new update there with a few patches, so I don't know if that possibly has anything to do with it, because I did see a few cars blinking in practice as well, so hopefully, everything's situated out here. There's not too many of them blinking during the race, and it's not really bad blinks, just like little short blips here and there, and they're right back with it. So we'll see how this goes. But I want to also look at Evan Black here in the number 8 car. He started 18th position tonight, but I actually should say 17th because Rolf just did not start this race. So starting dead last on the field, and he's worked his way up into the top 5.
He's got some distance to get up there, and Jake Potak now working on the 9 of Ryan Hathrill, and actually, wow, Chad Coleman to that high side is going to get stuck up there.
Yeah, they went 3 wide right there with no issues, man. That was crazy. Yeah, Chad Coleman got stuck on the high side, and he was sadly the guy that got the fall into that and went to the back. So now he's in 4th with Ryan Hatherill coming up the 2nd, and Jake Potak back up 3rd. Take a look back in the field here a little bit. Running in the 9th position is the number 30 Chevrolet of Nathan Kress. Nathan Kress is always a contender here in the Thursday Xfinity Series, or they used to be known as the Friday Oval Series, but he was a contender over there too, and he's gotten a few wins. But it looks like today here at Dover, he's having some difficulty, and he's still got a little bit of damage on the front end of that car. Do you think it's enough to kind of, put some drag on that there, Stephen, from the way that front end looks on the number 30 machine?
Yeah, this track, it's not a super speedway, but it kind of acts like one in a way where if you don't have the speed out here, you're not going to be able to compete very well.
Exactly, yeah. You said that exactly the way I probably would have. I took the words right out of my mouth on that. Yeah, that's a good point. This track is only a mile long, but with the high banking it is and the speeds these guys are attaining on the straightaways and getting into the corners, it's kind of just like a super speedway here with, how it is. It's not really a super speedway for the pack racing side of the super speedway thing, where you got big groups of cars racing, but the speeds and the way the aero packages and stuff are set up are probably, kind of close to that. Back up front, Corey Silva is still leading this race by over 0.3 of a second. Well, now it's a half a second now. He's gained some ground there on Jake Potak. So we can see that, maybe these guys are, I think Jake's back here racing the 9 car, and I think that's allowing Corey Silva to pull away. And we always know when there's racing behind the leader, if, he's got a car breathing down his back bumper, and he's trying to pass him, he's trying to hold him off, that's slowing their momentum down, and that's allowing the leader to pull away.
And looking at the field, we only have 13.5 seconds split between first and last right now.
Yeah, so this is amazing to see. This is the the split between these guys. These guys are pretty close to having a good run here. So let's see. Yeah, Corey Silva right now is on the back straightaway, and Stefan Vong is on the front stretch. So they're kind of they're on opposite sides of the track. So he's nowhere near. Stefan's nowhere near going a lap down, and I don't think Corey's nowhere near to catch him at this point. But I think as this race progresses through, and they got a good green flag run going here, I think we're probably going to see some pit stops here probably for the next maybe 20 to 30, 40 laps, if they can, make it green that way, that far, and we'll probably see the first round of green flag pit stops. But I think it'll probably take him that long for Corey to catch up to the back of Stefan here and, potentially put him a lap down. These guys are running fast out here. We are seeing some guys with damage. It's not really impacting their speeds. I think it's just kind of impacting the way the air moves over the car and kind of like maybe impacting their speed by like maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour. But impacting it by just 1 or 2 miles per hour won't necessarily, make you slow, but it will also make it hard for you to race the cars around you because if they don't have damage, they're getting that extra speed.
And it does look like Jake Potak is starting to catch Corey Silva.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. He's finally broke away from Ryan Hatherreel back here because we know Ryan was giving him a hard fight trying to get around him. But Jake was able to break away from him, and then so by doing that, he's starting to catch Corey Silva. I think Jake's saying, hey, Corey, it's time for me to get back in the front and lead some more laps. I've only led 2. You've led 41. But don't count out Chad Coleman because Chad back here behind these two just got around Ryan Hatherreel, and Ryan will move back to 4th. And then it's a little ways back on 4th place to 5th place of Evan Black. He's about probably 3 seconds behind 4th place. I'd say 2 to 3, maybe 3 now. I'm seeing that, but so I think he's got a little bit of a margin to catch up to Ryan here. But he's also about a second ahead of John Smith. So as we go back farther, we're seeing the field kind of get spread out more and more and more each time until we get back to 7th here, and then these guys aren't spread out that far, and we got a big group of cars back here. Looks like the number 21 car back here is battling for the 11th position against the 14 car of Mark Day. That's Mark Day, and I'm guessing that how you pronounce his name is Jenai Rudinen. I'm guessing. I hope I'm not botching that up, but these two are having a great battle back here for 11th place.
Yeah, that is actually the battle we were watching here. And it does look like that's starting to clear up as the 14 of Mark Day is starting to get a little bit of space between them. But just as I say that, the 21 kind of looked to that inside line.
Yes, he did. I think he's picking up some ground down there on that inside line. But now he's kind of went to the high side. Mark kind of went down to the low side. So I kind of see these guys, they're switching lanes here and trying all kinds of different stuff just so Mark can stay ahead and 21 trying to get around it. But now the 21's getting some company here from the number 25 car, Frank Hartley Jr. I think Frank's saying, well, I want to get in on this action a little bit, boys. It looks fun up here. So this is a great battle of cars back here. It's really the only battle that I'm seeing so far, Stephen. We go back up front, and they're kind of dispersed out a little bit. We kind of see Jake Potak. He's trying to catch up to Corey Silva, but he's a second behind. And we got Chad Coleman that's a second and a half behind. So, this is these cars up here really aren't in much of a racing stride right now. But but I see Chad is trying his best to catch up to Jake. And Jake's trying his best to catch up to Corey. But I think where Corey's just out in that clean air right now, these guys are kind of getting some dirty air off of him. And I'm thinking that might be why they can't catch him as good as they want to.
Now, we will be seeing some green flag pit stops as long as we do stay green here. And you got to be thinking, if these guys haven't practiced those green flag stops, it may become disastrous and ruin the race for one of these top 3 contenders.
Yeah, that's a good point to point out. I mean, you know, if these top 3 contenders, you know, if they can make it to the, you know, the green flag, you know, make it to green flag pit stops, if they make it to pit road, and then a caution flag comes out, or something else happens, man, that would just be so devastating. And if they can't make it, you know, to that point. But if the caution flag comes out before then, I think they'll be clear sailing. They'll come in, get the fuel tires, and they'll be able to get back out there on the track. But hopefully caution doesn't come out here, because race car drivers and racing fans, we never want to see cautions. That's like a bad word to us. It's like don't say the C word.
And Corey Sylvia starting to catch Stefan Vong now.
Yes, he is. A little earlier than I had anticipated, so I'm thinking maybe some of that damage I'm seeing here on Stefan Vong's car. Ooh, and I think Stefan just hit the wall there coming off turn 2, and now Corey Silva will indeed put him 1 lap down. Now we see Corey catching, I'm guessing this is how his name is said, Leolin Bordage. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Sorry if I'm not. But it looks like Leolin is getting ready to be passed up here too by Corey Silva and go a lap down too as well. And then right up above the 13 car here is Glenn Bowen. So Glenn Bowen is also on the path here to go a lap down too. So the longer this green flag run's getting into, the faster I think Corey's, you know, these guys are, you know, wearing out their tires, and you know Corey's tires are getting worn out too. But, you know, the longer this race goes, you will start catching guys and putting a lap down. I think we're starting to get to that point now, and I think he might catch some more guys here. I think with Wayne Galloway. Yeah, Wayne Galloway's just a couple inches up here too. So is Frank Hartley Jr. Yep, there goes Frank Hartley now. He's got Corey behind him. So, yeah, these guys are starting to get passed up quick. But I'm seeing these guys doing the right thing. They know the leaders are faster than them, and they're not giving them a bit of trouble at all, and they're just letting them go with ease.
.14 kind of looked like he was going to come down, saw that leader, and stayed up there.
Yes. Yeah, Mark Day looked like he was going to come back down, because he's been used to the low side here. That's where his racing line is on around the turns. It's kind of that low side. He likes to enter the. I've kind of been watching his car. I kind of see he likes to enter the corner kind of in the middle lane and come down as low as he can, and then kind of arc it back off and go up the high side on the front stretch. So yeah, it looked like you thought he was clear and he was going to come down and get in his line, but the leader was there. So yeah, that was a good call to move back up the track, and everything's okay.
And Corey Sylvia now working on, I believe that's the 92 and 66 of Wayne Galloway and Dode Hotskin.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the middle of the pack here a little bit. I am seeing someone making their way to the front, and that is Logan Kress. He's finally found a line here. We've seen him back running around the top 10 there in 9th and 10th, and he's made his way in the top 5 by passing up Evan Black.
Pretty good driving by Logan. He's got that front end damage, but able to keep that car pretty fast still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked about that earlier there, Steven. Talking about the effects of a track like Dover kind of acting kind of like a super speedway on the downforce side of things. But I think Logan's kind of found the sweet spot for this car, and he's got it dialed in now with that damage on the front.
And did Jake Potak come down? No, he didn't. He just lost a lot of time. I thought we might have been seeing our first pit stop tonight.
I think I did see someone on pit road, though. He was going
Yes,
by.
the 517 of Simon Thornis.
Yeah, Simon Thorne's on pit road.
And he is not pulling that car off of pit road.
No, he does have a little bit of damage there on the right front of that number 517 Mustang, so I'm thinking he's opted to get some damage repairs done here to the... Oh, and he is pulling away now. But nothing, hurting on that. He knew he was pitting here. He was kind of running the back, and I think he just felt and, kind of say, well, let's get some damage repaired here and try to get this car to go for the longer stint of the race. But back up front here, the number 27 Chevrolet of Corey Silva is still looking strong as he now has pulled out to a 1.2 second lead over Jake Potak. I think maybe Jake has kind of hit that part in the race where his tires are kind of starting to go away on him here a little bit. He's kind of having to back off and try to save him on the fuel run here so he can run the fuel down to, get, the maximum fuel out before he makes his first green flag pit stop.
Yeah, and if these guys can push that fuel to the limit, these guys can technically make one pit stop and be done for the night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they can right here in this point that they're at, like you just said, that's a good point. If they can push their fuel, I don't think they'll have to make any more pit stops. They can make it the rest of the way. But then again, with the two cautions we've had in mind, and in this strategy here, if this race was to stay green the rest of the way, would we possibly see a fuel strategy run possibly here? Would you think that would come into play, Steven?
I'm trying to do the math here. We got roughly 50 laps down. So I'm thinking these guys, if they can push it another 10 to 15 laps, we could see the last pit stops of the night.
Yeah, there is 70. Yeah, we are getting ready to complete lap 71 here. So 71 laps completed out of 140. And yeah, I think you're right. If they can make it another 10 to 20 laps, I think they'd be in that fuel window to be good on the go. So yeah.
Corey Silva now out to a 1.3 second lead over Jake Potak.
Yeah, this is as I said, I think we're seeing Jake kind of hit that point of the race here to where his tires are starting to wear down. And he's not wanting to, wear them out before. I think we're seeing him on a fuel run here, so he can make sure that he can pit and get to the fuel stop, get to the pit stop and put fuel in it. Won't have to worry about that for the rest of the race. So I'm thinking he's kind of just backing off, conserving his tires now, and he's going to wait. And I am getting reports that we do have some drivers coming down pit road. We got Evan Black, it looks like, coming into pit road here in the number 8 machine. He is on the apron. Oh, wait, no, excuse me. He is exiting pit road, so he has already done his service. I did see the 14 of Mark Day. He put in that he was pitting, but for some reason he didn't come in that time by, so I don't know if he's coming in this time by or if it was, let's see here. He comes in this time. But, yeah, he put up on the thing that he was pitting in, but seeing he's still out there, so interesting there with that. Maybe I missed his pit stop. If I did, apologize for the mistake there, but we'll see that there are several drivers that have been on pit road now, it looks like, because we have only 7 cars on the lead lap, so there are some cars back here in the top 10 that are a lap down, so I think we are starting to see green flag pit stops.
So when does Corey Silva come down pit road? We are on lap 76 tonight. They do need to roughly make it to lap 80 or 85 before they can basically finish the night.
Yeah, if they can't make it around to that margin, they might be on a kind of like a fuel saving strategy or have to possibly pit again. So we'll see how this all folds out. But I think he's looking pretty strong now to make it to that 85 lap mark.
And we have a caution.
Yes, we do.
Simon Thorns.
Oh man, he flipped that car pretty hard.
Yeah, he got loose on the front stretch, went into the inside wall and spun the car, or actually rolled the car.
Yeah, he started losing it coming off of turn 4. He was on the high side, and it just broke loose on him, and he went down and clipped that inside wall and done a flip or two. So yeah, man, that's a tough break. We see now his engine's smoking. I don't know if he's already used his quick repair. Maybe he's saving that for an event like this. Hopefully he did, and he can get that car repaired and get back out here, because these guys today do have one quick fix. So if they haven't used it yet, this could be a great benefit to the 517 car. So we'll see what happens here to Simon. And it looks like everybody is coming down pit road here. Corey Silva will lead these guys down. I don't think everybody chose to come in here, just the leaders. We do have some of the guys that did already pit, and they are staying out in order to get their lap back. So we'll take a look here at Corey and see how his pit stop goes. Right side tires are going on the 27 machine. And left side tires, so it doesn't feel like
Jake Potak beats him out.
Oh, yes, he does. That was a quick pit stop for the 39 crew of Jake Potak. See if we can talk to Jake here real quick. Jake Potak, you got a copy? Have his mic muted there, so. Jake, can you hear us? Well, I guess not. But anyway, that was a very fast pit stop by Jake Potak's crew, so I think his pit crew is going to deserve a raise here. And I think Corey Silva is going to have a nice little chat with his. We do see the number 8 car of Evan Black staying behind the pace car here, and it looks like he will be looking to get his lap back when the lights go out.
So now, will Jake Potak hold on to that lead when we restart here?
That's a very good question. Yeah, he might so do that, but we also will see what lane he chooses to restart on. If they do have, I don't know if this league does allow the lane choice, but I believe they do, and I think we'll see that come into a factor too, and see what lane choice he has, and kind of see how that factors out too. But right now it looks like he will choose the inside here for his restart, so we'll see how that plays out here and see if he can hit his marks just right, like we've been seeing Corey hit his marks correctly and get a good run, and see if he can stay out Corey for a little while. But I'm not going to count out that number 20 car yet of Chad Coleman. He's going to be restarting this race in 3rd position, and I think that he's going to be a contender here tonight too. But also I see Logan Kress back here in the number 30 car behind him. Still has a tick amount of damage on that front end of the car, but I don't think it's going to slow him down any. If he can get up here and get with these guys here, he's going to be restarting 5th, so he's looking strong too. But a lot of strong contenders up front, and also can't leave out Ryan Hatherill. He's been fast today too, and I think we're going to be watching him as well. All right, Steven, get him going here on this restart, buddy.
All right, and they bring him around turn number 4. Pace car will dip in. They'll all bunch up. Jake Potak will bring him to the line. And on that loud pedal quick, Jake Potak to the line will lead his 5th lap of the night. Corey Silva did have 76 laps led, and he's going to lead him into turn number 1.
Corey Silva had a great restart too, and I think that's the restart that he needed to stay bunched up here to the back of Jake Potak in order to be able to get a good position on him to get a run. But I see coming off the corners, a little bit of a slip up there, and Jake started to pull away. But here comes the number 20 car of Chad Coleman here on the inside here, turns 1 and 2. He's looking hard to battle up here, but he's also got some strong company behind him looking to get up in the front too. The number 9 car of Ryan Hatherill and the number 30 car of Logan Kress. I'm thinking this is a strong group of top 5 cars here, and I think any one of these guys can be a factor for the win today here at Dover. We are 84 laps in of 140, folks. Let's run down through the field here a little bit and kind of tell you where everybody's running after that caution and tell you where they started. Jake Potak is out in the lead currently. He started on the pole position tonight, so he is your pole sitter, and he is currently running in the lead. Corey Silva did indeed start on the outside of the row, number 1. He started second. He's currently running in second place. Chad Coleman started third, running in third. Ryan Hatherill started fourth, running in fourth. Logan Kress started 17th. That's dead last on the field, so this is a great run for him, and he is running in 5th. John Smith will be running in 6th after starting in 5th. Mike Thompson started 6th, running in 7th. Leolin Bordage, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, he started 13th, running in 8th. He is the last car on the lead lap. And then we've also got Dode Hoskins, I hope I'm saying that right too. He started 8th, running in 9th. He is the first car 1 lap down. And rounding out your top 10 is Frank Hartley Jr. He started 14th, currently running in 10th. So this is a good group of cars out here today, Stephen. We had 17 drivers start, and I believe all 17 cars are still on track. None of them have taken it behind the wall yet, as we are now completing lap 87 and starting lap 88.
Yeah, and that yellow flag that came out during the green flag stops ruined the race for a lot of guys. As we see, we have, I believe we actually have 7th through 14, or no, 9th through 14, all 2 laps down, or actually 1 lap down due to the yellow during the green flag stops.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so we've only got 8 cars on the lead lap right now, so the first car 1 lap down is 9th, and all the way from 9th until 14th. You're seeing some smoke here
21.
on the racetrack. The 21 car, yes, of Janai Rutinen, I'm guessing. I hope I'm saying that name right, but man, tough luck for him. It looks like his engine has expired.
So we're now on 50 to go, up 91 of 140, and Jake Potak still out front leading this race.
Yes, he is. He's having a good run so far after that last caution, and he got a good pit stop, and he's back out front now. So this is looking great for Jake, but as I said, he has some hard company behind him here of Corey Silva. And we know Corey's not going to back down. He's going to fight until the end of this race to get back into the lead and lead as many laps as he can. We are coming up to almost 100 laps, complete of 40 here, so there won't be very many laps to go when we get to that mark, only 40. So when it gets, I think, if I'm doing my math correctly, I don't think nobody can catch Corey's laps today, so I think Corey will probably get the most laps led here today of 76.
Yep. If I'm looking at it right, nobody will come. If Jake can lead every lap from here on out, he will be 10 short.
Yes.
But Corey has been right on his bumper for most of the night.
He has. These two have been strong all evening long here. These guys are looking, to race it up at the end. But Chad Coleman, he's kind of led off these guys a little bit now. He's about a second and a half back behind these guys. So, I'm thinking that, he's kind of backed off a little bit. Maybe could be by design. He might be backing off to kind of save his tires a little bit for a longer stint. But then again, who knows? But we'll see if Chad Coleman can be a factor here today and get possibly a top 3 finish. Well, he's in the top 3, but I'm saying possibly a win or get a good top 3-5 finish here. But I can't count him out yet. Can't count none of these guys out in the top 5. I've seen all these guys run great in past seasons over here, and they're just putting on a great show right now, especially these two up front of Jake and Corey. So good racing to come still yet, folks. We're only 96 laps complete of 140. We'll be coming up here short in a few minutes with 40 laps to go. So this race still has plenty of action to happen. And the question is, have we seen the last caution? I don't think so.
And now Jake Potak out to that half-second lead. We got a caution.
And I was right.
And I believe it was Evan Black.
Yes, it was. It looks like, ooh, tough hit for Evan. Looks like he just lost it on his own there. Looked like a car got kind of loose and then kind of tightened up on him, and he hit the wall coming off turn 2. That kind of ricocheted the car, and he went down and hit the inside retaining wall there on the backstretch, and that spun him around, gave him a little bit of damage. So, I don't know if he's still got a quick fix left there or not. Hopefully he can come down pit road and get that damage assessed and repaired as best as he can and come back out here and contend for a good finish.
Now, if you're one of these leaders, do you bring it down pit road and risk giving up a spot for fresh tires?
That's a good point. If I was in this race and with my shoes, I think I would say, let's factor in how many laps are left. There's 40 laps to go. There's only currently 8 cars on the lead lap. So I think I would take a gamble possibly at this and, get fresh tires. So I know that I'm just in a safe margin, and I know that I can make it the rest of the way without worrying about tires and fuel, and maybe, back off, a couple laps and save those tires. But it looks like the number 39 car indeed will be coming into pit road, and it looks like the 27 and the 20 and the rest of the field will be following them in. So I think you were right about that, Stephen. They are coming down for some fresh tires.
Is somebody going to blow their engine on pit road? We heard those motors revving up.
Yes.
Jake Potak will come off pit road as the leader.
Yes, he will.
Oh, did Corey Silva beat him?
Nah.
Or did Jake Potak get hit with a speeding penalty?
He might have, yeah, because Jake did beat him to the commitment cone, or the exit cone, I should say, excuse me. So I'm really not too sure what happened here, but it looks like either he's got a speeding penalty or something here, but he has slowed and let these guys go by. So, man, this is a tough break for Jake Potak. And it looks like we do have our first retiree of the race today, and that is Jenny, I guess I'm saying his name right, Rudinen. And we did see his engine expire, so it looks like he wasn't able to repair that or get back out on track. So tough break for Jenny or Janai, and hopefully, we'll see him back in a couple, later races and have some good efforts here. So that's a tough break for him this afternoon.
Well, 100 laps in the books, and only one car behind the wall. You got to say that's a pretty good night.
Exactly, yeah, that's a very good night for these guys. I've broadcasting leagues over the years now that I have been with, a lot of races I've seen where a lot of drivers will just take their car behind the wall, and I mean, some of them I can understand, their frustrations with how good their car was running, and then they get an ordeal like that. But yeah, tonight's race has just been spot on with keeping everyone on track, and everyone's not had too many issues out there. And I think we're going to get a lot of finishers for this for the end of the race here.
So your top five as it sits right now is Corey Silva, Chad Coleman, Ryan Hatherill, Logan Kress now up in there in that mix in the 4th position, and John Smith rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, this is a great group of cars up here in the top 5, and I don't think we can count any of these guys out. They're going to be a factor at the end of this thing. But the lights are out of the pace car. They're doubling up. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. I believe this was what? Caution number 4? Correct me if I'm wrong, Steven.
Let's check. This is caution number 4, 12 laps under caution, 3 lead changes tonight. And the lead changes were between Corey Silva and the 39 of Jake Potak, who is now sitting back in 9th.
Yeah, Jake Potak has led 23 laps so far today, and Corey Silva has led 78. And no one can catch Corey on that. So Corey will get the most laps led here tonight. So only 2 drivers so far have led laps in this race today.
Pace car will dip off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Corey Silva will bring him back around to the line. He's on that loud pedal pretty quick. The 20 saw him going and is going to get right. It looks like he's going to dip right behind him. He will. So Corey Silva didn't have the huge run we've seen on those restarts, right? On the 4th restart of this race.
No, he didn't. So yeah, that's kind of interesting to see there with that. But yeah, his restart really wasn't, I don't think, what he was expecting. But he's out front here and he's looking strong. And we got Ryan Hatherill now coming up on Chad Coleman here. I think he's looking to get around. We got another caution.
And Jake Potak not on the track.
Oh, it looks like the number 25 of Frank Hartley Jr. and Jake Potak did have some contact there. And I don't know really what happened here between him and Jake. Jake doesn't look like he got that much damage. His engine wasn't expired, so don't really understand why he took it behind the wall. And just a frustrating end to Jake Potak's day. After a strong run he had, it looked like he was going to be very strong to get back up to the front. And now he has to take his car behind the wall. Tough break.
Oh, and maybe, I don't think Jake Potak elected to take that car behind the wall. Do they have a I'm wondering if he may have been disqualified.
There is no incident limit, so that was not the case.
Oh, so he might have blinked out. We're not showing him on the track right now, because as soon as he crossed that start finish line, he was gone.
Yeah, I'm seeing that it says he manually disconnected, so it wasn't a blink out, I don't believe. So took his car behind the wall for some odd reason, but oh well, he is out of the race now along with the number 21 car of Janai Rudinen. So there are 2 drivers out of this race so far with their cars behind the wall. So that means 15 drivers are still on this racetrack and looking to finish this race, as we are now 106 laps in of 140. So this race is starting to click down a lot. When we get to 110 complete, we only have 30 laps to go.
And Evan Black back on the lead lap with the wave around. So that'll put 9 cars on that lead lap.
Yes, it will. Remember, on the last restart, there was only 8 cars on the lead lap. So this is good that Evan Black was able to get the free pass here and get back on the lead lap.
And right now, sitting in your lucky dog position, if we have another caution, Stefan Vong is back up there in the 10th position.
Yes, this is a good run for Stefan Vong tonight. Looks like remember, I did see he had some damage there at the beginning of the race. He got in a little bit of a scruffle, and it looks like he's got most of that repaired now, and he's been able to keep his car out of trouble, so I think he's going to be a contender to get back on the lead lap. All right, folks. Well, lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to step away here for a second and take a quick break. We'll be right back in a few minutes, just as soon as the lights go out. All right, welcome back, folks, here to the race as the pace car is diving in here. And we're back to Green Flag Racing here at Dover for the Thursday Xfinity Series, and Corey Silva got another great restart. He was right on the lap all that time, and he hit his marks just right, but he still got some strong company coming up behind him here, the number 20 car of Chad Coleman. And he's got company behind him as well as Ryan Hatherill and Logan Kress. I think these guys are still going to be factors at the end of this race. We are coming around here to get to, 40 laps to go here within one lap. We'll have only 30, I'm botching all that up. We'll have 31 laps to go. We're coming to the 30 to go here shortly here after this lap here comes around. So this race is starting to wind down here, Steven. And do you think, since there's only about 30 laps to go, do you think these drivers will start driving their cars a little harder to try to catch Corey?
I mean, there are 9 drivers on that lead lap, but I'm thinking that these guys are kind of starting to figure out who's supposed to be where. And do I think we'll have another caution? Yeah, I do. And look at that, we do. We're going to have another caution.
Yeah, wow, yes we do. Now let's take a look at this one. Oh, it looks like the number 8 car of Evan Black was involved in this one, along with the 13 car of, I hope I'm saying his name right, Leolin Bordage, or Bordeaux, or Bordag, or I have no idea. Hopefully I'm saying that right if I say Bordage, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, it looks like those two got involved in that one. Couldn't really tell. I looked back, I didn't really see any other cars involved here, but correct me if I'm wrong, Steven.
No, we didn't see any other cars involved in that. And it looked like Evan just kind of got a little aggressive there.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. Maybe that's the what we were talking about, since this race is getting to 30 laps to go. Will we see drivers driving just a little bit harder to try to, get back up there and, attain for a good finish?
Look at that. Everybody but Logan Kress and John Smith come down pit road.
Yeah, Logan Kress and John Smith will indeed stay out, so we'll see how this benefits to them. But we've got to think now, these guys will be on older tires than what the guys coming down pit road will be on.
And with Logan Kress leading a lap, that is only our 3rd leader of the night.
Yes, yeah, he will lead a lap here, so we have now had 3 guys to lead a lap. Corey Silva so far tonight has led 88 of these 113 laps that have been turned here. Jake Potak did take his car behind the wall, so he is no longer in this race, but he did lead 23 laps. And man, he had such a strong run going in this race today. And now Logan Kress will lead 1 lap and possibly more. I think he will indeed lead one more here, even if he does come down pit road, I would assume.
And
we'll see here.
I don't think we'll see Evan Black back on the track. So as they come around, we will have 9 drivers on that lead lap.
Yes, we will, and Logan Kress will stay out. So it's,
look at that. Evan Black coming back on the track.
Yes, he is. This is good to see. Yeah, it's great. After the incident that he got into, he's able to get some of the damage repaired, and he's able to drive back out onto the racetrack. So this would be a good opportunity for him. Well, real quick here, Steven, let's get down and talk to Logan Kress. You haven't talked to anybody today, so I'll let you have the honors here as I drag him up.
All right. Logan Kress, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, you're leading this race right now. What's your strategy from here on out?
Well, I fully expect not to win this race. These are my first laps on the track all week. I didn't even expect to run the race. So I'll be happy with a top 5. I'm just gonna try to hold on if I can. I mean, yay to me.
Now, you did say this was your first time on the track tonight. How is the car out there?
It's pretty neutral. It's a little loose on exit if you drive it hard, but it's pretty controllable for everybody in here.
All right. Well, we are looking to double them up, as I believe we're going to be coming to the 1 to go here. We'll let you get back to driving, let you get back to concentrating, and good luck to you. And hopefully you do come away in that one of those top 5 positions.
All right, thank you, man.
So they come to 115 tonight, and they will double them up. 1 to go. Pace car lights will go out.
Yes, they will.
You know, a couple cautions here and there to end this race. Logan Kress is up front. So they will be going back to green flag racing with 25. Is that 25 to go?
Yeah, 25 laps to go. Yep. You'll have the honors here to get them going.
All right, coming around to turn number 3 and 4. Logan Kress up front with the 71 of John Smith. And we also have Mike Thompson and Dode, is that Hosen or Hotskin?
I'm guessing that's what it is.
All right, well, the pace car did dip off, and Logan Kress on that loud pedal. And he's going to get a great jump on the 71. And it almost seemed like Logan caught John Smith sleeping there.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think John really wasn't on his A game there on that restart. Kind of slipped up a little bit with his marks and didn't hit it like he wanted to. And, man, it's tough challenge there with that. But I think he's got some momentum to get back up here and have some strong efforts here at the number 71 Ford Mustang. It's a sharp-looking ride, too.
And the man who has led the most laps tonight, Corey Silva, now sitting in the top 5, trying to make his way back up the field.
Yes, sir. And he's got a car in front of him. I'm guessing that's Dode or Dodd Hoskins. He hasn't been up in the top 5 at all tonight, I don't believe. I'm getting tongue-tied again. That I know of. But he's right there on the top 5 now, but he's looking to go back to 5th here as we get Corey Silva coming up on him quick. And these guys that were up front, Chad Coleman and Ryan Hatherreel, they're looking to get back up after that pit stop.
And look at that, Logan Kress out now to a 0.9 second lead. He was talking about hoping to stay in that top 5, and he is dominating up front right now.
Yes, he is. Yeah, we still see he does still have some of that damage on his car that he had all race long. And we might have thought that was kind of playing a factor with the way his car was handling, the way it was driving. but I'm thinking that now that he's got a chance to get out in this clean air, I don't think that damage is holding him back too much.
And we are on the 20 to go now.
Yes, we are. Let's have another race recap here at 20 to go. Logan Kress is currently your race leader. He started 17th tonight, so that's a big move for Logan. Good job to him. He's up in the lead here. We got John Smith, who started 5th and is currently running in second place, but he didn't just get passed by Corey Silva, so excuse me. Corey started second. He's now running in second. We've got in third place Chad Coleman. He started 3rd, running in 3rd. And then we've got Ryan Hatherreel, who started 4th, running in 4th. And then John Smith, who is currently running in 5th, and he started in 5th. And then in 6th place, back here, we've got Mike Thompson. I'm saying that right, I think it's Thompson. He started 6th, running in 6th. Then we've got Dode Hoskins, who started 8th, running in 7th. Stefan Vaughn, we've seen that he had a little bit of issues today here. He had a little bit of damage. He was a lap down for a little while there at the beginning of the race, and he's found his way back on the lead lap. He started 9th, running in 8th currently. Evan Black, he had some issues too. He's gotten back on the lead lap now. He started 18th, currently running in 9th. And then, I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, the number 13 car of Leolin Bordage. He started in 13th, currently running in 10th. Last car on the lead lap.
Now we'll go back up front because we got a battle brewing as Logan Kress is up there with Corey Silva.
Yes, Corey Silva has battled his way back up to the front here, and he's got a very strong-looking race car. One thing we got to remember is as he dives to the inside now, Logan Kress is on older tires than what Corey Silva's on, so I'm thinking, yep, and he will complete that pass with ease. Corey Silva back to the lead. Now it looks like Logan Kress is also getting Chad Coleman to come up on him here and look for a run on the inside. Can Chad complete the pass here coming off turn 2? No. Ooh, we got the 9 car now. Looked like he was going to take him 3 wide, but he knew to back out of that. I don't think that was going to be too good of an idea.
And the 9 is now going 3 wide.
Wow. Yeah, he is. I'm telling you, these guys are starting to race even harder now. They know they're coming down to 14 to go, soon 13 to go here at this time by.
And it looked like Chad Coleman got a little loose coming off of turn number 2.
Yes, he did. I'm thinking maybe he's kind of getting those tires a little angry at him, kind of running that car hard, and they're getting kind of hot. I'm thinking he might have to back his corners off, maybe cool those tires down a little bit before he can get another run on these guys again.
And it looks like the 9 of Ryan Hatherell looking to that inside line, trying to make the pass. He gets down on the bumper and will make the pass pretty easily on the 30 of Logan Kress. And it does look like Corey Silva is starting to check out from this race. Almost, or over a second and a half now over Ryan Hatherell.
Yeah, Corey Silva has found his way to get back up in the front, and he just loves being out in that clean air. His car has been strong all race long here in clean air, and I think he's probably here to stay as we are coming down to just 9 laps to go. I think the question of these guys running low on fuel is out, and that's not a question anymore. But have we seen the last of the cautions? Will there be a late race caution in this race with about round, with these 9 laps to go, do you think, Steven?
These guys are going to be pushing. I wouldn't be surprised to see one in the closing laps of this race tonight.
And this is just amazing, looking at the time difference between Corey Silva in second place of Ryan Hatherell. Corey has a 2.2 second lead over Ryan, so man, that is a lot to have a lead here at Dover over second place. but second place isn't that far ahead. Oh, well,
We're
take
seeing
that back.
Chad Coleman
Yeah.
battle for that lead.
Oh,
And the
Ryan up
9's into the wall. And there's our late race caution.
Yep, I think we jinxed that, Steven.
That was the 9 of Ryan Hathrill.
Go back and have a look.
Into the wall he goes, and then cuts it right in front of the 71 of John Smith. He's able to still drive that car, but he's going to have a lot of damage. And who comes down pit road?
It looks like that. Oh. Corey Silva and Chad Coleman are coming down pit road. What?
Logan Crest stays out again.
What? With only 6 laps to go, and we're probably going to restart with about 4 to go? What? I was not expecting this. But now the question is, will they take on just 2 tires?
But looking at the field, and correct me if I'm wrong, you may see a couple cars. Actually, we see Ryan Hathrill. Did he pit that last lap?
I think he might have. And my guesstimation was right. Both Corey Silva and Chad Coleman only took on 2 tires.
But they are at the back of the whole field now.
Yeah, so, I mean, do you think they'll have enough laps here when we get the restart in order to get back up and catch Logan? Or is Logan going to be able to win this?
Well, I am showing Corey Silva in 5th, so they will push all of these lap traffic back to the end of the field. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with 6 laps to go, because does Corey have enough under that hood of the car to push ahead and get back up front? And we will see some of that lap traffic take to the pits because the leader is in front of the pack right now, so these guys are not going to get those laps back. John Smith getting the wave around, or did he come on the track late? He is the 11th car on the lead lap, so 11 on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, it's great to see. I'm thinking he must have got the free pass here. And, because before this caution come out, there was only 10 cars on the lead lap. This is good to see another car back on the lead lap. But so far here tonight, we do have only 2 cars that are out of this race after a long amount of duration. Jake Potak, which had a fantastic run. He was your pole sitter, but something happened to his car and he took it behind the wall. And then Janai Rutanen, he also took his car behind the wall too. So out of a 17-car field, and only
somebody just blew.
Uh-oh.
The 9 just blew up, the 9 of Ryan Hathrill.
Oh, no. Yes, sir. I'm seeing that. His engine has expired. Oh, man. He was sitting in second, too. And he's been a strong car all night long. Man, what a tough break for the 9 car of Ryan. Oh, man, you never want to see that this late in the race.
So now, does that extend this caution enough? As we know, are we coming to 1 to go now, or are we gonna get this caution extended to get that mess cleaned up? Pace car lights are out, so we will go to the 1 to go. We'll come back to green flag racing with 3 laps left.
Yes, and it looks like I am seeing here in the iRacing chat it was possibly a net coding issue between Ryan there, so I'm not understanding. Did he get into? I didn't see him even getting into anybody, but it says he's talking about a net code issue, so I'm not really understanding that. But it looked like his engine blew, but he's saying something about net coding, so I'm not really too sure on that one.
Yeah, he was up front in that front row, so I don't know. He didn't run into anybody.
Yeah, so interesting.
So as we go back to green flag racing, it looks like we will have 13 cars on the track as Ryan Hathrill in the pits and Simon Thorns in the pits.
And Don't go away, folks, because right after the race is over, we'll get the top 3 in here and have a chat with them and see how their race efforts went. So pace car pulls back into pit road.
How long does Logan Cress hold it?
Exactly.
There he goes.
Yes, sir. He's off and away. And we're back to green flag racing here at Dover. So Logan Cress was in another spot. I don't think he was looking to be in this part of the race, but that caution got him back up there. But we see the number 20 car here of Chad Coleman is back up front here, and he's now looking to the inside here of Logan Cress to get it on him as they're coming around to get 2 to go. And yep, he will indeed complete the pass. New race leader, Chad Coleman, if he can hold on here, and he will indeed. He'll lead his first lap of the race.
You only need to lead that last lap as we have another caution that's going to end the race. Stefan Vong.
Oh, big crash on the front stretch, man. Multiple cars collected in that one. How about let's go back and take a look at that one.
Oh,
this.
The 70 or the 85 of Stefan Vong into the wall, and it looks like who was it that blew up? Oh, we're gonna go back and take another look. Because there was a separate incident on the track. And I'm not sure what car that was. Was that Glenn Bowen?
I'm thinking it was, but I'm not seeing that.
Oh, there it is. It was the 92 of Wayne Galloway. And he went for a ride on this caution.
Yeah, yes, he did. Wow. Yeah, he was trying to miss those 2 up on the high side. He clipped them, and when he clipped them, it just shot him down into the inside wall there, blocking pit road, and man, ended his. Man, that's a tough break for these guys.
All right, so we will have our interviews
shortly here in a few seconds, but it looks like your winner will be the number 20 car of Chad Coleman. And the lights are on the pace car. This race is official. Chad Coleman, the number 20 car, is your race winner here tonight. Logan Cress will finish in second, and Dode Hoskins will finish in third. So, drag Mr. Coleman up here to the booth if he's in team speak. Which I don't see at the moment. I don't believe. No, he is not. Well, let's just talk to Logan Cress here, and then maybe we can get to Chad here in a. Logan Cress, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, I was going to interview the winner there, but I couldn't find him in TeamSpeak. I might have to interview him in the lobby there. But anyway, we'll interview you. It's finishing in second place, man. Tell us about your run you had out there tonight here at Dover, man. Crazy caution field ending to this race. You started 17th, you finished second, and we've seen the one caution. You kind of fell back a little bit. Did you ever think that next one would come out and help get you back up front?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right. I honestly, I did this race, the series for season 3, I think this is. We have the chase, and you need to show up to at least, like, I think 6 out of the 8 races. So I can barely make any race with the way my schedule is right now. So I was just happy I made it into the race. I was happy being a back marker throughout the whole thing. So when I started moving up, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do something in this one. The caution just fell perfectly. I did not have a P2 car. Corey had the field covered. He got screwed with, I think, iRacing's mistakes on EOL penalties. But yeah, Chad definitely was one of the front runners, so he deserved to win a lot more than me. So I'm just happy to finish top 5.
Exactly, yeah. So, well, tell us about how you coming from the trucks, because we know you had a great run in some of the truck races when the series was known as the Friday Oval Series. Tell us about how switching into the Xfinity cars has been a change to you coming from the trucks to these cars.
Um, Not a lot of anything transfers over. Unless we're at mile and a half, because iRacing mile and a half package is still you don't even have to touch the brake pedal, and trucks at every track are basically like that. So that helped a little bit, but these cars are just so much different. And season 4, we might be going to the Cup car, which is a whole nother monster. So these are kind of just like little stepping stones with horsepower mainly. But other than that, you can't really transfer over any or that much skills.
All right, awesome. Well, Logan, congratulations on your second place finish here today at Dover. Gotta give thanks for shout out to before you go celebrate.
Just you guys and Glenn and Corey and everybody puts the league on.
All right, Logan. Well, congratulations on your second place finish here today, and good luck in the rest of your season on your racing efforts. And hopefully, we'll be seeing you later on in the season.
All right, thank you.
Chad Coleman, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, tell us about that exciting finish you had out there today at Dover. You was battling all race long with I lost his name there for a second. Oh, excuse me, Corey Silva. For some reason, I was wanting to call him Logan. But anyway, Corey led the most laps today. He kind of had a tough deal there at the end, and man, you and him were just battling it out all day long, and you led the last 3 laps, which was the important ones to lead. Tell us what this win means to you, and how the race finish was to you, and how the track felt overall.
Yeah, we kind of got gifted this one. I don't think I was any better than probably a third place car, and then something happened with Jake after he sped on pit road, and I think he wrecked out or something. And then me and Corey both had the same idea. On that last pit stop, we pitted. Both of us took 2. Something happened to him coming off pit road. I don't know if he sped or if he got like a game, some kind of like glitch in the game or something happened. But Corey for the most part had us covered. I burned my stuff up at the first part of the race, that first long run, and him and Jake got away from me by a good bit. And I got hung in traffic, and that didn't help any either. And at the end, I felt like I could hang with him pretty good after I figured out what they were doing, because they were killing me off of 2. I'd get tight and have to lift, and those two weren't having to do much lifting off of 2. But the track kind of come around a little bit. It got a little looser, a little freer off of 2. That helped a bunch for me. And at the end of the race right there, it was just I just got lucky, to be honest with you. The 9 car who had gotten the fence like on that run before, he blew up before the restart, and it pulled me straight up. So I got to restart beside Logan, who was stuck out there with like 15 lap tires or something. And that was pretty much it there. It's gonna be hard to hold off somebody that's got 2 fresh tires with somebody with 15 lap tires.
Exactly, yeah. So, with your efforts here today at Dover, congratulations on your win, starting from third place here at Dover. Not too sure what track you guys are going to next week, but how do you feel about going into next week's race after your win here today at Dover?
I'm not real sure where we're going either. I want to say it's maybe Charlotte, and it depends on the way Charlotte is. If it's Charlotte night, it'll be tight and a lot of grip. If it's during the day, that's a whole different ballgame. It'll be a lot of fun there. We'll be sliding around. But yeah, we're doing all right. Sitting here with 2 wins in 3 races, and we're pretty much locked into their deal here. They're doing I think a chase this time around. So we're sitting pretty good.
All right, Chad. Well, congratulations on your win here tonight at Dover. Good luck on your season efforts and your race next week. Got to give thanks for shout out to before you go celebrate.
Yeah, I got to thank JD Laird, JDR Graphics for painting my car, and of course thank Glenn and Corey for the league. I'm glad to see this deal's finally starting to get some support from drivers.
All right, Chad. Well, congratulations on your win here, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, do we want to go through the results now?
Yes, let's run through the results. And your winner tonight will be Chad Coleman coming home on the pole position, starting in third place. Congratulations to Chad on that win. Logan Crest had an outstanding finish. He started 17th. He had some damage. He tried to work his way through the field. He had some issues where he was a lap down, and he was able to make it up to a second place finish. So good run for Logan Crest, and he was the biggest mover of the race. Dode Hoskins, I hope I'm saying his name right, started 8th, and he will finish in 3rd. Mike Thompson will finish 4th. Lee Lowland, I'm hoping I'm saying that right too. Bourdage will finish in 5th. Corey Silva, he had a late race pit there. I don't really know what happened, but he was leading the race when this late race caution come out, and he will finish in 6th position. John Smith will finish in 7th. Evan Black will finish 8th, so it's good to see him get back out on the racetrack. Glenn Bowen will finish 9th, and then Stefan Vong will finish 10th. Last car on the lead lap. Stephen?
And rounding out the field tonight, Frank Hartley Jr. will finish 11th. Mark Day will finish 12th. Wayne Galloway will finish in 13th. Ryan Hathrow will finish 14th. Simon Thorns will finish in 15th. Jake Potak ran into a little bit of electrical issues, will finish 16th. Jani Rudinen will finish 17th tonight, and Rolf Just did not take the grid.
All right, guys, there you have it. Thanks for watching the very first broadcast here today on Red Line TV. Check back again here next Thursday around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another Thursday Xfinity Series event. Until then, we'll see you. Have a safe one.